Good evening and welcome to another episode of Service to Humanity, your window into the activities, interventions and programs of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. I am your regular anchor, Hafsat Mustafa Hadija. Early this year, the ministry took a decision to send out independent monitors to monitor the implementation of the National Social Investment Programs. It also decided to send out its staff for a comprehensive monitoring and evaluation to track implementation and output systematically and measure the effectiveness of programs. All of these is aimed at determining exactly when a program is on track and when changes may be needed. In this episode of Service to Humanity, we shall follow the work of the ministry's monitoring and evaluation team as it carries out the important task of making sure that everything is on course with the National Social Investment Program. Join me after this timeout for our package. Do stay tuned.
The Empower program is key to helping young Nigerians acquire and develop.
The federal government of Nigeria remains committed to including and protecting persons with disabilities to guarantee that no one is left behind.
I see that we are going through challenging times, and I see this woman running all about the country trying to help our people, because this lady is doing a very good job for our country.
Thank you.
Thank you for all what you have been doing for us.
The Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Hajiya Sadiya Umar Farooq, has sent a birthday message to President Muhammadu Buhari on his 79th birthday. In her message, the minister, while wishing him a blessed and memorable birthday, described the president as an inspiration.
It is a privilege to be able to speak about my boss and leader, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, on his 79th birthday. First of all, I wish His Excellency a very happy, blessed and memorable 79th birthday and a truly prosperous year ahead. Over the years, I've been greatly impacted and inspired by Mr. President's exemplary character, principles and lifestyle. This informed my decision to join his campaign team over 20 years ago with a desire to contribute in my own way to helping him actualize his dream for a better and more prosperous Nigeria. I have been motivated by his strong sense of discipline, commitment, anti-corruption stance, and desire for a better Nigeria.
The minister added that she believes President Buhari's desire for a blessed and prosperous Nigeria has been clearly demonstrated by his coming into office in 2015.
He has remained committed and focused to fighting poverty, creating jobs, increasing access to education and health services, and stimulating economic growth through various government interventions. At the heart of these interventions is the creation of Nigeria's most noble and all-encompassing social protection initiative, the National Social Investment Program, and subsequently the creation of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development to harmonize, synergize, institutionalize, and provide coordination of all government's humanitarian and social interventions.
The minister also appreciated President Muhammadu Buhari for appointing her as the Minister of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development.
I wish to appreciate His Excellency, Mr. President, for appointing me as the Honorable Minister of this important ministry. I am highly honored for the confidence reposed in me and will continue to do my best in ensuring the fulfillment of the mandate of the ministry in keeping with the vision of this administration.
Sadiya Umar Farooq further described the milestone achievements and impact of the President's administration through the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development.
Today, 6 years down the line, the National Social Investment Program is the biggest social protection and poverty eradication program put in place by any government in Nigeria, and indeed the biggest in Africa. It has been carefully tailored to provide safety nets to address the immediate and long-term socio-economic challenges faced by the poor and vulnerable in Nigeria. As a result, at least 30 million Nigerians have been impacted and continue to be impacted directly and indirectly through the NCIPs and other humanitarian interventions. Many who were hitherto poor have been lifted out of poverty through the conditional cash transfers, where 1,720,000 households amounting to 1 million people are benefiting monthly. They now own small businesses, thus improving their quality of life significantly. Over 9 million children in primary 1 to 3 in at least 54,000 public primary schools are fed one nutritious meal daily. This has improved school enrollment and helps in reducing the number of out-of-school children.
The minister also talks about how the Empower program has empowered and continues to empower Nigerian youths in various forms.
Young Nigerians ages 18 to 34 are given job opportunities through the Empower program. Their skills and competencies are improved through a work-linked entrepreneurship system. Over 109,000 from the 500,000 beneficiaries exited from batches A and B have gone on to start their own businesses. 300,856 of them indicated interest in the Nexit program. They will be onboarded onto the Nexit portal to further train and empower them to start their own businesses and enterprises.
She also talks about empowerment of traders and farmers through the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, GEEP.
Under the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, GEEP, 2.3 million small business owners and farmers access loans through the flagship Trader Money, Market Money, and Farmer Money initiatives to boost and expand their businesses.
To ensure many more Nigerians benefit from the social investment programs, the minister said that President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the expansion of the number of beneficiaries in his drive of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty by the year 2030.
The Empower beneficiaries are from 500,000 to 1 million. GEEP beneficiaries by 1 million. And beneficiaries of homegrown school feeding by 5 million. This is all in keeping to his vision of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. Similarly, His Excellency has continued to pay attention to the inclusion of vulnerable groups. This led to the creation of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and the National Senior Citizen Center, the first of its kind in Africa.
In conclusion, on behalf of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development and poor Nigerians, the minister expressed her profound gratitude to the President.
Today, as we celebrate a truly great and selfless leader, I, on behalf of my ministry and the millions of poor and vulnerable Nigerians, say thank you, Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari.
Across the 6 geopolitical zones.
They should use this money for what it is meant for, previously to take care of their family.
In 36 states and the FCT. Over 6.4 million of Nigeria's poorest of the poor in about 1.3 million households receive conditional cash transfers of 5,000 naira monthly under the Household Upliftment Program of the federal government. Their joy knows no bound.
And the government very well because they did well for us.
It's helped me to do any other thing, my family.
Reducing absolute poverty, promoting shared prosperity through the Conditional Cash Transfer Initiative. The Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development in service to humanity.
Welcome back. The National Social Investment Program has been described as the largest social investment program in the whole of West Africa. With over 12 million households in the various poverty reduction clusters that characterize the program, it is intended to ensure a more equitable distribution of resources to vulnerable populations including children, youth and women. And to achieve that, 4 programs were created. Monitoring the implementation of these programs is of essence, and for this to be effective, training and capacity building is quite important. In this first part of the program, we shall look at what the monitoring and evaluation team looks like and how it prepares itself to help the ministry track progress of its various programs. Please stay tuned.
The sustenance of the National Social Investment Programs like the Conditional Cash Transfer (JEEP), School Feeding Program (ETC) can never be overemphasized. As such, monitoring and evaluation of the programs is paramount. Hence, the training of staff and partners for the purpose of monitoring and evaluating the activities of the independent monitors and the ongoing National Social Investment Programs (NSIPs) across the nation.
Today we're here to train people that are going out to monitor the National Social Investment Program in the 36 states and the FCT. This is going to be happening in the next 2 weeks, and we're going to have a good coverage of all the National Social Investment Programs, including the School Feeding Program, the Empower, the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, and the Conditional Cash Transfer. We're going to be interacting with beneficiaries, we're going to be going to schools, we're going to see if pupils are being fed, and everything else about the NSIP.
This particular function literally is a briefing session for the composite team that the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development has composed to go down to the states and local governments to monitor the actual implementation of the National Social Investment Program down to the grassroots.
The composite team, which was trained on November 23, 2021 in Abuja, comprised of civil servants, public servants, members of relevant agencies such as the National Orientation Agency (NOAA), the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC), amongst others. They are expected to go to the grassroots and carry out an on-the-spot assessment of activities of the government intervention programs.
This composite team have been packaged, and they are going through an intensive briefing and training session with all the tools very well designed to capture all the information. And this is actually a strategy to demonstrate that Nigeria has changed. We mean what we say. We open our books. We go there to monitor, gather information, collect data in real time, come and analyze it with a view to improving our effectiveness, utilization of our resources and our efficiency, and also catch if there are any unholy activities out there in the field.
The training covered areas that have to do with guidance on fieldwork, interpersonal and intrapersonal communication, mass communication, data analysis and collection.
Even though you don't have the formal training, you are now going out as investigative journalists. Investigative in the sense that you are looking for a very critical information somewhere. Like Oga said, they will tell you there is a school in one particular government with local government with 5,000 pupils. You will go there, you may not even see a building, not to talk of seeing a school or pupils that are in that school. We are in Nigeria, we know what we call the Nigerian factor. People take advantage of every situation just to make money.
This is going to be an ongoing process. We hope to do it quarterly, and it will be a means for us to take very strategic decision on how the program is doing and improve on it.
This operation also, at the end of the day, will improve our strategy of enhancing institutional memory, providing a material for the articulation of reports that can be available to anybody, but most importantly, it is an event to ensure that the policy of Mr. President of addressing the poverty issues in this country, which ultimately will lead us to lifting 100 million poor people in Nigeria in the next 10 years, is achieved. And this is the business. It's serious.
The program is Service to Humanity, and on this episode, we are looking at monitoring and evaluation along the clusters of the National Social Investment Programs, otherwise called the NSIPs. Earlier in the programs, we saw the training of the monitoring and evaluation team sent to the 36 states and the FCT to carry out an assessment of the NSIP programs. Our next segment will look at the visit by this team sent to Ogun State. Keep watching.
One of the first places to be visited by a team of monitors was Ipokia local government in Ogun State. While there, the monitors inspected the National Homegrown School Feeding Program activities in St. John's Anglican Primary School, Ihumbo, and Ipokia Local Government Primary School, Idiroko. The monitors inspected the food vendors, their dress code and neatness, the quality and quantity of the food they serve their assigned pupils. A health officer under the National Homegrown School Feeding Program, who is a member of the team of monitors, inspects the vendors and the food they have cooked. The pupils are served different meals ranging from rice, beans, yam and pasta, with either meat, fish or eggs to go with it. There is a feeding timetable designed to guide the vendors on what to prepare daily. On the day of the visit by the monitoring team, the meal to be served was beans porridge.
For rice and beans with fish and stew on Monday. Like today, we serve beans and stew. Tomorrow, we will serve only rice and stew with meat. On Thursday, we give them a okele, like eba or fufu with vegetable and meat. Then on Friday, we serve moi moi and neko. That is how we serve the food.
After inspecting the vendors, the team goes into the classrooms to meet with the pupils and see how they are served and what they think about the food.
And you, your name?
My name is Bolaji Tokbe.
Bolaji Tokbe. How do you feel about the food?
My food is sweet, well.
Your food is sweet, well. As you can see, the children are enjoying the food. What is your name?
My name is Kosoko Rakibat.
Kosoko Rakibat. How do you feel about the food?
The food is sweet.
The food is sweet.
As a vendor, Mrs. Oluwatoyin speaks with the monitors about the school feeding program and how it has empowered people like her.
So I'm happy to be one of them because I think this program is a program that is, I call it a poverty eradication program, because many of us, we don't have some things to do, but by this we can be able to do something. Then we have been benefited many opportunities from it, because I'm able to feed my children from it, then do some other things. At least I can be able to stand on my own by this.
Another set of people monitored in the process of monitoring and evaluation are the Empower beneficiaries who were sent to the school as teachers. Laud the government for the opportunity to get empowered.
And I've developed more in the aspect of teaching and relating with the students in the class. Even when the environment is not palatable, sometimes we are able to cope with them. And thank God, I appreciate it that I was posted nearby, where I will not spend more than my salary as a transport. So from my house down here is just a token of amount every day. So now I also pray that the government will continue to help the youth and the coming up ones. Also, I'm advising the youth outside there, whenever we are given opportunity from the government to empower us, let us make good use of it. Not just to take it as a cake that everybody can take and go. Let's work for the money we are collecting, and with this, God will crown our efforts and take us to higher ground.
I'm so happy that I'm one of the beneficiary batch C season 1, because I'm not facing more challenges because my house close to this school. I can trek from my house to the school, so I'm so happy.
Mr. Lawal Olishuno Taufik, head teacher of Ipokia Local Government Primary School 2 in Idiroko, speaks on the impact of the homegrown school feeding program and that of the Empower.
Concerning the homegrown food program, in fact, is a welcome program. Even the parents, the community, the teachers, the pupils, they appreciated what the government have given them. So kudos to the president, kudos to the minister, kudos to the entire government of Nigeria. We want it to continue. And in the issue of this Empower beneficiary, in fact, it reduces lack of the lack of teaching personnel in the school, because we have a lot of shortage of teachers in school. But with them being introduced to the system, it has lessened the problem we are having in our various schools. So they are now helping our teachers. They are now aiding the permanent teachers, and they are even working harder. They are working seriously with the children, and we are gaining them. So we appreciate the government for introducing that program too.
So children, what do you have to say to the minister in charge of this program and the president of Nigeria? What do you have to say to them?
That was the inspection visit to Ipokia local government area of Ogun State by the monitoring and evaluation team to schools in the area. But it did not end there, as the team moved from the classrooms to the households. Let's see how it went.
After inspecting and taking notes on activities of the National Homegrown School Feeding Program and that of the Empower at the primary schools in Ipokia local government area of Ogun State, the team of monitors made a stop at the office of the local government chairman, Honorable Agbedokun Olawale Wasiu. Honorable Wasiu was happy to receive the team. After a warm welcome, he expressed gratitude to the federal government for the initiatives that have benefited people of Ipokia local government.
Let me welcome you all to Office of the Chairman Ipokia local government. And to be sincere, I really appreciate what you have been doing so far for our people. And it's just like Oliver Twist. So we still need more. So, and I pray that God Almighty will be with you. So I really appreciate you. But we still need more. Thank you very much. And God bless you.
After a group photograph with the chairman, the team proceeded to visit the households as well. Iasi, a community located in Ipokia local government, was their first stop. While at Iasi, the team of monitors met with randomly selected beneficiaries of the Conditional Cash Transfer (CCT). After a member of the team explained to the beneficiaries the purpose of its visit, they were asked to present identity cards issued to them during the Conditional Cash Transfer verification for verification. Mr. Ajenaku Deji Gideon, the desk officer in charge of Household Uplifting Program, Ipokia local government, sheds more light into activities taking place.
This is Ipokia local government, and the community we are now is Iasi, where we have beneficiaries those that have benefited from the conditional cash transfer program. Here are randomly selected for interview by the monitor from Abuja, and they have been monitored one after the other, asking them various types of questions.
One of the questions the monitor asked was if the beneficiaries belonged to a cooperative society or a rotational contributory scheme, which they responded in the affirmative. The monitor encouraged the beneficiaries to register any cooperative society or contributory scheme with the local government so as to have official recognition. Oga Abraham speaks on the conditional cash transfer that has been of great benefit to him and others in Iyasi community.
I received 10,000 naira in August and I invested the money on my agricultural business. I am a farmer. First and foremost, I am grateful to the government on behalf of my community for the benefit. As it is now, it is obvious that the government has not forgotten us.
Felicia Adam also speaks on how the funds have helped in her provision store business.
I am a farmer and a petty trader. I received 10,000 naira. Some of my community members also received the money. I invested the money on my business and my business has been flourishing.
That sums up our package this week. The National Social Investment Programs, no doubt, hold the key for reaching the poor and vulnerable, with a means to be economically self-reliant. As such, it is paramount to see that the programs are sustained. On that note, we shall draw the curtain. See you again next week when I come your way with another episode of Service to Humanity. We wish you a prosperous New Year.